Do you know there's a rise in consumer distrust with insurance companies? I guess you're saying no, Sherlock. And they are turning to public adjusters. But I'm going to tell you what I say. I say that there's a rise in uninformed consumers and it's costing them. Hey, I'm Conticia, and welcome to Unfiltered Insurance and Adjuster Talk. Hey, if you have not subscribed to my channel as of yet, please do so. I am trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. I am a fairly new YouTube owner, and I am so ecstatic. I have about almost 600 subscribers. So I'm trying to get to 1,000. That will be a goal for me. So if you can subscribe, click that like button, even leave comments of maybe topics you want to talk about or something you want more information about your insurance or your settlement or your estimate that your insurance carrier have given you. Or even if you are an adjuster, you're in this insurance world, chime in, join in, because we're all in this together. But anyways, we're going to get back to the episode, but make sure you share my episode, share it with other people so we all can be informed while we're trying to go through this world of insurance. Now, this is why I want to tell you that I do know more and more consumers are turning to public adjusters to help them out with their claim. And that is on the rise. But I can tell you that what's on the rise is uninformed consumers. And it is going to cost you when you're uninformed. Let me tell you this. I recently had a family friend give me a call, and she said, I need you to look at my settlement that I got from my insurance company. Because if I'm not getting a new roof, nobody's getting paid. And when she said nobody's getting paid to me, you know what, that rung a bell in my ear. She must have a public adjuster. What is going on here? So I said, okay, well, send me your estimate and let me take a look at it. And she sent it to me. And she even said to me, Tisa, that's what she calls me, Tisa, I will even pay you. I was like, no, you don't have to pay me. Just send it over to me and let me take a look at it. But I can tell you one thing, claim adjusters, if you're listening to this, that can be a way that you can make money when we are not working, when we're out of work, especially as independent adjusters, because she needed someone to take a look at that settlement and she was willing to pay. But anyways, back to my story. So she told me that nobody's getting paid if she's not getting a new roof. So she sent me her estimate. I looked through it and I called her. I said, you're working with a public adjuster? She said, yes. And I said, okay, so did it explain to you what your settlement was about? She said they were trying to, but I just don't understand what's going on. I said, well, first of all, you have an actual cash value policy that does not pay you any recoverable depreciation. So they estimated your roof at $40,000. They took that depreciation away and it's not recoverable. Your depreciation is going to be how old your roof is. And that's the value. They took that away. So you're just getting the actual cash value. But your policy does not give you the opportunity to recover that depreciation if you get those repairs done. She said, I didn't know that. She said, I'm with a company named Ken. She's in Florida. And she said, they told me I was getting such a great rate. I said, did you know you had a deductible of $14,000? And I told her, I said, let me tell you something. And I want consumers to know this. When you're dealing with the public adjusters, they need to be smart. They have to be on top of their game. Because in Florida, there were a number of wind events that took place in Florida with wind over 50 miles per hour that they could have taken that claim through instead of putting it up on that hurricane deductible. This is why her deductible was over $14,000. But see, when you don't have a skilled public adjuster or you're not dealing with a skilled contractor and they're not really working in your best interest, they really don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're just getting started. I can understand that. But if they would have taken a look at that case and turned it around to looked at it from another viewpoint, they could have went into recent histories of storms, winds. I mean, it's all available. You can go to AccuWeather.com and they can give you history. And she could have filed that claim up under a different wind event, a different date. But she wound up with no recoverable depreciation, $14,000 deductible, and she does not even get paid for a full roof after all the money is taken, after all the money is settled. Then her public adjuster wanted 10% of what she was getting. So this is why she was mad, that she was saying she wasn't getting a new roof. Number one, she didn't even know her policy. She did not know she could not recover that depreciation. Number two, she didn't really understand her deductible. She had two different deductibles, a regular deductible and a hurricane deductible. She didn't understand that. See, that's one of the things when I talk about with consumers being educated. I believe we've gotten lazy, and then we want someone else to do the work. So let me tell you something. She's lost all the way around. She's not getting a new roof because she don't have that $14,000 to pay for that, or maybe she does. I didn't ask her. But she realized she wasn't getting a roof with the money that was left over, because it was about $6,000 left over after they took everything away. And then the public adjuster wanted their 10%. So she was saying, well, what do I do? So I gave her some other resources that I knew that went on during hurricane season to go take a look at, to see if she can apply for those resources to try to at least get that roof done. But listen, consumers have gotten lazy. And I know one of the things they say, well, insurance companies, they don't do us right. No, you're not reading your policy. You're not reading what that agent is selling you. Now, I'm not taking up for insurance companies. I am an adjuster, and I've worked at them a whole lot. But what I'm saying to you, yes, insurance companies, they do delay claims. They delay those claims. I mean, sometimes they don't respond in a timely manner. They're not quick about anything anymore. Sometimes they're very slow to pay. Let me tell you why. Because they're understaffed. I've worked at insurance companies to where one adjuster has so many claims to where they can barely get to them because they have too many of them. They're understaffed. That's why you have a delay in your settlement. Or even your settlement may be insufficient because they're trying to get you on out the way and get to somewhere else. And that is a carrier problem. But I'm saying to you, consumer, what your problem is, you've gotten lazy. You don't even read your paperwork. You sign because they told you this is the cheapest plan and this is what you're going to get. You're not even looking at what your deductible is. But then you have the nerve to be mad at the insurance company. But let me tell you something. Sometimes you may have to fight with these insurance companies, even when you're educated. Sometimes you may have to hire a public adjuster. But just know, I've seen on both sides of a public adjuster. I've seen a public adjuster to fight you from tooth to nail. And I've seen some that leave those policyholders hanging to where they got to go back and pick up their own claim and work their claim. And that public adjuster is still wanting to get that 10% because you have not been smart enough to make sure they let you out that contract. Listen, consumers, you are going to have to become more proactive. Know what you're getting. This is your policy. It's your home, your car, whatever you are insuring, even yourself. Know about your health insurance. I also have a health and license, life and health license. I have that. I've been a benefit counselor. I know about benefits. I know what they cover and they don't cover, and I know how to read it. If you're just looking for the cheapest thing and then you want to wait till a disaster happens and say, oh, I didn't know I had that $14,000 deductible. I didn't know that didn't cover this, it didn't cover that. I didn't realize that my policy had a wind exclusion. Oh, wait a minute. My house is flooded. Your homeowner's insurance is not going to cover flood. So this is why you're going to have to be proactive. You got to stop being lazy. And I know they say, we don't trust insurance companies. You know why you don't trust them that much? It's because you don't trust yourself because you don't know your policy. I give kudos to the ones who know their policy and they fight. I'm going to tell you, I've had some consumers to fight. and fight and fight. And they did not give up, but they were well informed. They knew what they had. Listen, if you don't know anything about your policy, ask your agent. And if your agent can't tell you, get a claims adjuster. Find someone that maybe you can pay a couple of bucks to, where they can go over your policy with you and tell you all the different ways that you can fight for your rights under your insurance policy, so you can be prepared. You got to be prepared. Consumers, it's no longer trying to blame carriers when you are not informed. You got to get informed. You got to be educated about these things. In the state of our country, in the state of our economy, you better know everything about what you have, from your 401ks, your Roth IRAs, your health insurance, your homeowners insurance, your car insurance. You better know what you're getting, because I'm going to tell you another thing. Coming up on my next episode, I'm going to disclose something to you, because insurance carriers, they think everybody has a scam going on. They think that there's fraud from the beginning, from the time you're on the phone getting your policy. They think it's fraud. Fraud happens from the beginning of inception. And they got a way of tracking that down. They have developed a program that is listening to your phone call with the agent that you're signing up with. This is why everything is going virtual. This is why everything is online, because they're saying that there's fraud from inception. But that'll be my next video. But what I want to do, I want to challenge you to be more educated. Take control of your life, from your bills to everything. I'm telling you, the state of our country, the state of our economy, you want to be in full control of what's going on, to where you don't have anything come up that was unexpected. You already know what you have. Let me know what your thoughts are. Do you think consumers have the right to not trust insurance companies when they don't know what they have, when they're ignorant to their policy, to when they have not even taken the time to know what they have? Let me know your thoughts. It was a pleasure speaking with you today. Hey, stay tuned. Come on back for my next episode. Come on back, because I am going to teach you how to be informed. I'm going to teach you on how to look at and be aware of what we're doing with our insurance policies. So come on back here. Please like and subscribe to my channel. I would be very grateful and thankful if you would. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. It was a pleasure talking to you, and bye for now.